What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? Recently my relative told me he got a bunch of credit cards and maximumed them out. He plans on paying them back with next year's tax refund. He then quit his job. Same relative always makes fun of me for having book smarts, but not street smarts. But the older I get the more I realize, being able to look at my finances, live within my means and squirrel some away is a form of street smarts that a lot of people seem to be lacking. Also pretty much any comment on my local news Facebook page. A recent one was about a renovated gas station. One person commented complaining that they spent all that money and took away gas pumps. Someone else commented that they actually had added several. The only reason the line was longer was because it was new and everyone was going there to see the improvements. The lady replied back really nastily saying she had a job and didn't have time to count gas pumps, unlike some other lowlifes, completely oblivious that she looked like an idiot. The article even mentioned that they added more pumps, but again, she has to work for a living, to pay taxes for the welfare bunts. She don't got time for reading that either. A simple "oh crap, I must have been mistaken" or better yet not commenting at all would have sufficed. This situation is not uncommon at all. My friend thinks that hibernation is a hoax because she's seen pictures of bears in the snow. The first picture she showed me was of a polar bear. Is African a religion? When I did tattoos, I had a guy come into the shop that wanted Mr. 113 on his wrist. Not really all that out of the ordinary. We get it drawn up, my coworker placed it, and she starts to do the tattoo. As soon as she starts, the guy screams in pain and jumps up. What the hell is in that thing? Is there a needle in there? That stuff hurts. What? This guy was in his 30s or 40s. How do you not know how tattoos are done? He said, I don't know. Just thought it was some permanent ink or something. The guy went outside for almost an hour to smoke, and I guess hype himself up. He got the outline done at least, but couldn't take the pain anymore, and didn't get it filled. Still can't believe he didn't know tattoos were done with a needle. A girl in math class didn't understand fractions. We got down to this because the teacher was explaining something else pretty simple that she didn't understand. So broke it down and figured out she didn't get fractions. Well, that's a little odd, but with a minute of explanation she should get it. Nope. Teacher asked what is larger, 1/2 or 1/3. The girl said 3 is more than 2, so 1/3 is larger. Teacher drew 2 circles on the board, divided one in 2 and the other in 3 parts. Which is bigger? Girl gave the same answer. Teacher erased both circles, grabbed 2 pieces of paper, ripped one in half, 1 in thirds, held up a piece of both. Which one is larger? Girl pointed out the 1/3 piece. Forget that there are more pieces and he beamed the rest, holding up the initial 2 pieces again. Just look at the size. Which one is larger? Girl pointed out the smaller one again. Defeated, teacher lowered his arms and walked back to his desk. Please take no offense in this, but are you familiar with the words and concepts of smaller and larger? He asked, as this class turned more Sesame Trinity by the second. The girl said she did. Teacher pointed outside. See those trees? Which is larger, right or left? Left, girl said, and she was right. The left tree was about 5 meters taller. Then which piece of paper is larger? Holding them up again. Girl pointed out the smaller piece and the teacher walked out of the classroom. My brother used to be a park ranger. One time a lady asked him how long it took for a deer to become a moose. He said about 7 years. I used to work in a grocery store and this elderly woman said, 25 cents a pound? I can get them 4 pounds for $1 at Safeway. Did you work at Safeway? This place sucks. Safeway is so much better. Ma'am, for the last time, you are at Safeway. Had a friend over years ago, and we were talking about my plasma TV. He said that he would never buy a plasma TV because he didn't want to have to replace the plasma when it ran out. I didn't correct him. I thought it would be best if he didn't buy a plasma TV. Me, what weighs more, a pound of bricks or a pound of feathers? Coworker, bricks. It took me about 15 minutes to explain the answer to him, which included me drawing it out on paper and using a kitchen scale with different items for examples. I drank so much that night. My old housemate thought that Down syndrome was something you could get from vaccines. She wasn't anti-vax. She was talking about vaccines and said I don't get why parents are afraid to get their kids vaccinated. The chances of catching Down syndrome are really low. If you have sex with a pregnant girl you can change the biological dad to you. We went to a prestigious school and he wasn't dumb. Everyone looked at him like an idiot. You reminded me of my friend in high school who thought having sex while pregnant causes twins. I overheard this woman trying to convince her friend that Lake Michigan is an ocean. That some flat earthers now believe the world is actually donut shaped. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like for more future content.